Alright, it's the big day. We've got our, you guys see that? It's upside down. Rutland Black 500 degree RV silicone sealant. So, this came off of Amazon for 13 bucks and change. I wiped the O-ring here, or as they call it in the industry, a gasket. I wiped this section. And the tank, the other tank that I'm going to put down, is sitting in the sun heating up because this is squeezed in pretty tight and I didn't want a big production turn to push it down. The other thing I'm going to do is try to put a paint stick on top of the tank so the clamp force will get spread out over the wood, but they're so thick I'm not sure it'll take up too much room, and I don't have the thinner type. These are pretty fat. That's close to a 1/4 inch. Okay, so this only takes 15 minutes to cure, so I got to make it happen pretty quick. Oh, come on, you got to be kidding me. Let's go here. Holy shit, I busted that seal like 5 times. Okay. There we go. I stuck a nail in there like 5 times to get it to puncture, so here we go. Alright. So we just put a thin layer at the bottom, nothing huge, because we have to put another layer on top. Come on. Put another layer on top of the O-ring once you put it in place. And it says on the tube you get a cure time of 15 minutes. So we have to have this all together clamped, and then we got to start bending these tabs over, and that's what's going to take so much time. I don't have a tab tool, so we're going to use a hammer, a block of wood, and the tool I made to take it apart. Okay, this one's a little thin here. I think it's actually going to be fine. Okay. O-ring. This is the original. You see how these corners are nice and long? They're a long radius. The ones I got from the Radiator shop in Southern California weren't like that. So I don't know if that's just special to 1988, if the later corners are sharper, because the gaskets they sent me were really sharp on the corners. And that means they're not going to work. Okay, I just want to press it down into the goop a little bit. And run another bead on the top. And then I'm going to take that warm tank and it'll spread as you push it down. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to get the clamps and everything on. It's kind of a big deal. You're going to hear me cuss and talk to myself and all kinds of stuff today. Okay. Alright. Let me get the tank out of the sun. It's nice and warm. Got a little tranny fluid that's going to want to drip out of it here. Alright, now we gotta make sure we put this on the right direction. The hose connection is facing this way, so this one has to face the same way. Okay, so you can see the sides are caved way in. The way it usually works is you press like a mother and work it on. The problem is and I might get interrupted on the radio because we're doing some work on the house. Well, somebody else is, I'm not. Okay. Alright, I should have prepped these ahead of time. Alright, because every minute you waste is a minute of waste. Okay, so come on, baby, you're supposed to. Man, if that thing wasn't warm, it wouldn't move at all. Okay, so what we're gonna do is trying to get one clamp started here. Oof, boy, I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, so we get this bottom one on. Okay. Yeah, it's out. There it goes on one side. On this side it jumped in. I think that's what this force is. Oh, there we go. The inside of that's rounded off, so it tends to slide. Alright, now I think I've got enough room to use a stick on the bottom. Just don't know how am I get it in there. Let's see, how are we going to do this? Oh man, I'm just going to have to go get another stick. Okay, so, hey look, I got another stick. There we go. Oh, that one's cracked all to shit. Well, it might work. Alright, so here we go. Got the center cranked down. Let's see here. What I should have done was tape these on with maybe some blue painter's tape, so they were again pre-prepped, you know. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, we don't want to crank it just yet. Alright, we have one more piece here for the other clamp. Alright, so I would highly recommend taping. Okay, what the hell here? Oh, that's the drain cock is in the way. Let's see, is that smooth? Otherwise, yeah. We want it toward the end of the. There we go. Okay. Alright, so this middle one's the only one that doesn't have a piece of wood under the bottom. So if I put some tension on these, and take this one off, and that'll do. It's kind of jacked up, but it'll definitely do. clock is ticking. There we go. I like this one better. It's spreading the load out sideways, so. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down some, but not all the way. And then I got to check the other end here. Yep, it's good enough. Okay, so here we go. I can see it oozing out, especially in the middle here. Which is precisely what you want. Now let's take a look. Did I bring my flashlight? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, so I got a little goop seeping out on the sides and not as much on the ends. I would say the ends need a little more tension. I think these need to go pretty much flush with the top of the brass. Now these two on this end are definitely flush. Okay. Yeah, the problem is these sticks are hanging out a lot here. So how the hell am I going to do that? I need to get in and tap these ends in. Okay, this thing just keeps bleeding even though there's no pressure on it. So it gets a nail stuck in there. Now what do? We've got it pretty well clamped, which is, you know, that's good. Yeah, the ends are definitely tighter. Okay, so I think sticking it in the sun for, it was only in the sun for 10-15 minutes. It's 75 degrees out. So that really helps soften it. So it'll go into place right. Okay, so now we got to tap all that in. Alright, so I'm going to need a paper towel. My hammer's going to become messy. This is like a 8-ounce hammer. It's 10 ounce it says. It's not huge. You should use a body dolly or body hammer if you got one. Tap these in. Straight in. Don't bend them over yet. There you go. There's going to be crap everywhere, so I need to get some more paper towels. I wouldn't have used this glue, this RTV sealant, if I had had a new O-ring. I wouldn't have done it, but not much I could do about it. Okay, so let's wipe some of this out of here. Because it's going to be a damn disaster is what it's going to be. Okay, here we go. You bring it in tight before you bend them over. Now this one over here is going to be a pain in the ass to get to, so I'm going to need a screwdriver. Yep. Alright, and I'm going to get a trash can. I'm doing this live because there's only going to be one shot at this. That's all there's going to be. I hope the lighting's better. It's not really a lot better, but it's... Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of this before it gets all over my flipping tools and everything. Alright, how's the shot? We got this end in and the other end's clear out of the shot, sorry. Okay. Alright, can't do everything at once because I got glue drying here. Alright, so take this and damn it, that's not big enough. I need something bigger. You know, I think a 3/8 socket extension is nice round on the end. Nice and long, smooth. I should be able to tap those right in. Oh yeah. Okay, now we've got them started. Let's okay, so here's the beginning of the tank. Here's the end of the tank. Alright, so you guys can see okay. Sorry if my fat's in the way. I know it's gross, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it. But maybe there is. There we go. Keep the fat out of the shot, Mike. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this one needs to get tapped way in. Alright, so now, alright, so the next thing is to start bending them over a little bit. Try my dead blow hammer. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's do what we can do first. Let's try here. Alright, this one needs to be... Now on this side I'm bending them over a little bit. I can do better work on this side. Okay, and you get them started. It'll help the clamping process. Alright. You know, this is going to take forever to show you guys this, so I'm going to come back in a little bit.